Alright, so we back. And for those of y'all that watched my last possibilities video, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. But in this next video, you know what I'm saying? What we're doing is talking about something that's a little bit more so for the hardcore Mortal Kombat fan. For a guy like me, maybe Foxy Grandpa, maybe, I don't know, MK Tom Brady.
Now that I'm done with Sub-Zero, you guys are all gonna fucking see how much of my problems were my character!
We talking about something a little bit more niche to us more so diehard Mortal Kombat fans. We talking about aesthetic possibilities, as the title states. Now, for those of y'all probably who saw the title, y'all probably just clicked the video out of curiosity. Y'all have no idea what this video is gonna be about really. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. So, in my last possibilities video, I was kind of more so numbering off each idea I had. But for this video, it's not even really gonna be numbered. It's just gonna be like just me just saying in general, me talking about what I think the game needs aesthetically and what's possible aesthetically for the next Mortal Kombat game. So, for those of y'all that played Mortal Kombat 1 and the previous Mortal Kombat games leading up to Mortal Kombat of where we are right now, the previous Mortal Kombat games in the past few years, dating back to even MKX, because that's where most of us came from. Well, not us, because I didn't, but I came from Mortal Kombat 4. That was my first Mortal Kombat. But anyway, some of y'all that's watching this video came from Mortal Kombat X. That's probably y'all's first Mortal Kombat game ever. But for us diehard fans and OGs, like again, the Foxy Grandpas, the Tom Bradys, we've been playing Mortal Kombat since the 90s. And if you've been playing ever since the 90s, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say NRS, Ed Boon and them, has gotten away with what they had in the 90s from an aesthetic standpoint. Meaning that ever since Mortal Kombat 9, NRS has delved further and further away with each iteration from that dark, gritty, dark castle aesthetic that they've had in their games ever since like Mortal Kombat 1 even. I understand Mortal Kombat 1 was more light because it was an Earth realm. Mortal Kombat 2 was the darkest, and 4, which is my favorites in terms of the OG games. Mortal Kombat 2, for those of y'all that didn't play it, took place in Outworld, like the real Outworld in the original timeline. And in that timeline, Outworld was dark, and it was ruled by Shao Kahn, not General Shao, but Shao Kahn, and there was a Mortal Kombat tournament, and Liu Kang had to win in that game for Mortal Kombat 2. Mortal Kombat 3 was in the Earth realm, again because Shao Kahn and his forces tried to invade the Earth realm and resurrect Sindel. However, MK3 was still dark. Mortal Kombat 4 also was very dark. In fact, probably even darker than Mortal Kombat 2, especially the endings of how gruesome they were and how, you know, raw they were and all that stuff. I think Mortal Kombat X was the first iteration of Mortal Kombat to where the game took a downfall or a dip from what original Mortal Kombat was, which I applaud Mortal Kombat for trying something different. However, if you play Mortal Kombat X, you know what I'm talking about. That game was more so focused on special forces, which even MK Tom Brady talked about and other Mortal Kombat YouTubers have talked about it as well probably, about how special forces ruined that game and the story they didn't like, which is a whole other discussion for another video. But my point is, aesthetically, Mortal Kombat to me is supposed to be this dark, gothic castle feel. If you look at Mortal Kombat 2, for example, that's what Mortal Kombat is. It's dark, it's bloody, it's gruesome, it's violent, and it doesn't care. Mortal Kombat is supposed to be dark and gritty. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you a prime example. This is a clip from Mortal Kombat 2. Take a listen. Now take a listen at Mortal Kombat 4. Even the lighter games like Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 3, which was an Earth realm, even though they were in Earth realm, I understand why they weren't as dark as 2 and 4. Then again, wasn't 4 in Earth realm 2. Regardless, 2 and 4 in my opinion are the darkest Mortal Kombats in terms of aesthetic and feel of the game and theme. However, even Mortal Kombat 1 and 3, even though I know they're in Earth realm and not Nether realm and Outworld, they still feel this dark feeling to them. Look at Mortal Kombat 1 right now. Prime example. You on Shang Tsung's island in the tournament, Mortal Kombat 1. You fighting Shang, but you still feel this dark feeling and this dark aesthetic when you fight Goro as the main boss. It feels dark. Mortal Kombat 2, Outworld. Look at this. That's Mortal Kombat 2. Even the music in Mortal Kombat 2. It feels ancient. It has that dark, classic ninja feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Mortal Kombat 3, the music is dark and it just feels hard and pulse. It feels like Mortal Kombat. And Mortal Kombat 4, same thing. Even look at Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, the newer games in the 3D era. The 3D era games felt dark, and that's what Mortal Kombat should feel like. Looking at Mortal Kombat Deception, Deadly Alliance, and Armageddon, all 3 of those games felt dark. Although I wasn't a big fan of the Conquest mode in Armageddon, it showed the grittiness and darkness of Mortal Kombat, just like in MK Deception. My point is, from an aesthetic standpoint, the current or the most recent Mortal Kombat games have not felt like the Mortal Kombat that most of us fell in love with. So you're probably thinking, Andre, what do you think Mortal Kombat should do? I'm glad you asked, if you asked that. And if you did ask that, what I think Mortal Kombat should do is pay more attention to the Mugen community. If you don't know what Mortal Kombat Mugen is, go on YouTube after this video and go look up Mortal Kombat Mugen, and you'll see games like Mortal Kombat Project, Mortal Kombat Solano, Mortal Kombat Chaotic, etc., etc. Those guys that work on those games are very talented, and they're very good at capturing the actual feel of Mortal Kombat. Matter of fact, there should be a video on my channel from, I think, A1 Andre called Rain on Hard 8. Pause. Why did I make that title? Hard 8 is crazy. Anyway, what the fuck? On that video, you can see that I'm playing a Mugen Mortal Kombat game, which basically, from what my understanding of Mugen Mortal Kombat is, it's just Mortal Kombat but modded by guys who don't actually work for NRS. They're a team of guys that just took what the game had vanilla and just modded the game to make it the best old school Mortal Kombat game they can make, or old school style Mortal Kombat game they can make, because the game's gameplay engine is based off like Mortal Kombat 3. So they just take basically a Mortal Kombat 3 engine and add in Mortal Kombat 2 character models and Mortal Kombat 2 music, alongside adding in music from other fighting games. And it's just really good because they also, I believe, they make their own stages as well, or they take stages that already exist and kind of put their own spin on it. My point is, the folks that make these Mugen games are very good at capturing the essence and aesthetic of Mortal Kombat at its truest and most purest form. If you go on YouTube and search up Mortal Kombat Mugen, you will find a game created by a talented team of guys, which each game having a different team, with them capturing the essence of Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 11, in my opinion, was also plagued by a bunch of special forces nonsense. Even that guy Fate said it, and I don't even be watching Fate like that because Fate be wildin'.
They didn't have to create a narrative and a plot point for the story of why the chick's bald. They could have just left fucking hair on her. What? Like, and people go, it doesn't matter, who cares? Well, I fucking care.
Like, I don't agree with everything Fate says, but I agree with when he said that Mortal Kombat 11 was a lot of special forces, and it was too much special forces put into it. I don't want to misquote him, so I'm not going to say exactly what he said, but that's a roundabout. Anyway, Mortal Kombat 1, they tried too hard to make this whole new era thing work with peaceful tranquility. Liu Kang, New World, is so peaceful. It's just like, I get it because it's a new era, new beginnings, fresh start. But it was just too, like, I don't know how to really put my finger on it. It just didn't feel like traditional Mortal Kombat. It only, to me, in my honest opinion, it only felt like traditional Mortal Kombat when you first boot up the game and you hear the dun, 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 the little harmonic guitar, whatever that, I don't know what that thing is, man. I know what I'm saying though. Like, when you actually play the game, it's like the stages, how, although they do look good, a lot of them, some of the stages is just like, what are these stages? And also the music, and this is not a Mortal Kombat 1 review, it's just to say that Mortal Kombat over the years, when it comes to their music, because that's a part of the aesthetic is the music in the Mortal Kombat games have been so lackluster and just doesn't feel like a Mortal Kombat game. Like, I understand, again, Mortal Kombat 1, peace, tranquility, a new era, I understand it. However, and not all the songs and not all the arena music in Mortal Kombat 1 is bad. Some of them is really good, even before Chaos Reigns. Like, for example, Johnny Cage's house, the music to that sounds very good. I think the guy from Tekken worked on that, I want to say. I know Ignorant Rizzy, around the time the game first came out, made a video talking about how good the music was in MK1 for Johnny Cage's place. But aside from Johnny Cage's place and probably the Outworld Marketplace or Havoc's Marketplace or whatever it's called, Mortal Kombat in the next game, they need to get back to that dark gothic castle feel that they had from the classic games that we all fell in love with, or most of us fell in love with. Like, enough of this special forces aesthetic. It needs to be dark and it needs to feel like Mortal Kombat. And I just think that that's what's possible for the next game. I know I should have gave audio its own portion, but again, these videos are not written, they're not scripted. That's why, I'm sorry, they're trash. And as far as aesthetics go, I know I didn't say this in the intro, but I'm gonna also touch on Mortal Kombat 11 real quick with their aesthetics. Because a lot of folks in the Mortal Kombat community will say that, to this day, Mortal Kombat 11 has some of the best aesthetics in terms of clothing that we had in a Mortal Kombat game. But if you look back at Mortal Kombat 11, a lot of the clothing in that game was actual palette swaps. Yes, compared to Mortal Kombat 1 and other Mortal Kombat games to date, that is the best game we've had in terms of aesthetics. But looking back at it, as I think Maximilian Dude once said, a lot of the clothing and skins in that game were palette swaps, meaning that, for those that don't know what that means, it means that a lot of the gear and the actual quote-unquote costumes, or, you know, let's just say, for example, Sub-Zero's classic skin in that game, there was a lot of different colors of the same skin. It's just basically the same skin but with different colors, or again, palette swaps. So a lot of the slots in that game was filled by palette swaps. What the next Mortal Kombat game needs, in my opinion, is actual good clothing designs for the actual characters that make sense to the actual character. So there should not be a lot of extra fluff on the actual skins for the next Mortal Kombat game. So an example is in MK11, Sonya Blade and her daughter Cassie Cage had some of the worst skins in the game because of how overdone they were. And I'm not the first person to say this. I think Angry Joe, which is a YouTuber, made a review way back on Mortal Kombat 11 when it first came out, saying the same thing I'm saying now. Either him or Maximilian Dude. I don't want to misquote them, so I ain't gonna say what they said, but I'm pretty sure one of those guys said what I'm saying now. So in the next Mortal Kombat game, in terms of aesthetics, we need clothing that makes sense to the character, that's not overdone. In my opinion, the more simple 90s style is the best style for Mortal Kombat. That's what I fell in love with. That's what the game was, built off of in terms of foundation. So I think that the next Mortal Kombat game should have more like, for example, the simple Nightwolf black vest with his blue pants, and then have like another skin that kind of represents him, like, I don't know, having like a hat on, and then like a tribal, something that makes sense to the character, and something that's simple, not overdone, and actually have different skins you can wear and have more than what we had in Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 11, because we're on the newest gen consoles, and by the time the next Mortal Kombat game comes out, it might even be on PS6, so we might have even more storage space on the consoles to be able to put more skins in the game itself. Regardless, there should still be more skins than what was in Mortal Kombat 11, and the devs should just not be lazy. But that's all I want to touch on for that. That's all I wanted to talk about for this video. So if you agree, leave a like down below and let me know what you think down below in the comment section. And if you're new, hit the sub button. I post videos like this along with gameplay videos and tournament runs. So if you want to see all that, or if you just like me for me, subscribe down below. More coming. I'm not gonna lie, this video was some trash because it was not scripted, and also it was kind of an idea I had at last minute, so that's why. But I just thought I'd talk about this for a possibilities video, what's possible with the next game. I think in the next game they should add a more gritty feel. But anyway, y'all, I thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned for my next video, more to come. Up if you're new and all that good stuff, leave a like and turn on your post notifications. I'm gonna say that right now. Turn on post notifications because YouTube be doing a terrible job of notifying. But with that being said, y'all, that's it for me for today. So I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. It's been your boy, A1 Andre, or A1 Andre FTC, whatever you wanna call me, whichever one. Or it's Andre, whatever. And until next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.